Oil, gold, and the dollar. Who really runs the world? Oil, a dark, dense liquid buried deep beneath the earth, formed millions of years ago from dead organisms. And yet today, it powers the modern world. Not just cars, planes, and ships. Oil is also a weapon of influence, economic strength, and geopolitical power. But to understand why oil is so important, we have to start further back, with something that symbolized value for centuries: gold. Gold has long been the foundation of trust in money. When governments issued paper currency, people only believed in it because it was backed by gold. That system was called the gold standard. After World War II, the world agreed on a new system, the Bretton Woods Agreement. Currencies were tied to the US dollar, and the dollar was exchangeable for gold at $35 per ounce. It brought stability, trust, and confidence. But like most things in history, it didn't last. In the 1960s and 70s, the United States was pouring money into the Vietnam War and expansive social programs. They began printing more dollars than they had in gold reserves. Countries like France started demanding gold in exchange for their dollars, and U.S. gold supplies were draining fast. Then came the turning point. In 1971, President Nixon ended the dollar's convertibility to gold. The gold standard was dead, the dollar was no longer backed by anything, and the world was left wondering, what do we believe in now? Without gold, the U.S. had to find a new way to uphold the dollar's value. In 1974, they struck a game-changing deal with Saudi Arabia. The terms were simple. You'll sell your oil exclusively in U.S. dollars, and in return, we'll give you weapons, protection, and a strategic alliance. Saudi Arabia agreed, and soon the rest of OPEC followed. This gave birth to the petrodollar, a new pillar of the global economy. So how does the petrodollar work? From that moment on, any country that wanted to buy oil had to first get U.S. dollars. That skyrocketed global demand for the American currency. Oil-producing nations recycled those dollars back into the U.S., buying government bonds, investing in American banks, and funding corporations. The result? The U.S. could print money, run massive deficits, fight wars, and still keep the dollar strong. The petrodollar replaced gold. Instead of faith in metal, we now had faith in power and alliances. But why is oil so important? Because it's everywhere. In gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel, in plastics, cosmetics, medicine, and fertilizer, even in electricity generation in some countries. Oil isn't just a resource, it's the backbone of modern life. It's why wars have been fought, governments overthrown, and why certain nations became rich and powerful. There are different types of oil. Light sweet crude, low in sulfur, easy to refine. Heavy sour crude, harder and more expensive to process. No matter the type, oil prices drive the rhythm of the global economy. But even the petrodollar isn't invincible. In recent years, countries like Russia, China, Iran, and others have begun trading oil outside the dollar. China launched oil contracts in yuan, backed by gold. Russia, under sanctions, demanded payment in rubles. Iran accepts various currencies for its oil. This shift could slowly weaken the dollar, and with it, America's global influence. Gold once gave money its value. Today, oil has taken that role. And in between stands the dollar, a currency that rose to global dominance thanks to oil. But history teaches us, every empire rises and eventually falls. We may be witnessing the start of a new era. The real question isn't if, it's when. Thanks for watching this far. If you're curious about what might come after the dollar, which currencies could take its place, or whether we'll return to gold, make sure to subscribe. The next chapter in global finance is being written right now.